Good afternoon, good evening. Hey, my midnight watchers. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to jump on here this morning and just show you the completed journals. So, since I worked on these with you guys live, um, we made the covers together here on my channel. We put the inserts together. We made the button charms together. We kind of did it all in stages. I just wanted to show y'all how they came together in the end. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. And then off to work I go. So I'm just going to walk through them quickly. Since some of them are so similar, I'm not going to talk about everything. Plus I don't add a lot. So this one just has a few pockets. One thing that I have is a lot of card fronts like this out of patterned paper. In fact, I have a whole box of them. I grabbed a few that I thought would go well with these journals early on, and I just pulled them out. See, I have a whole stack of them. This is not even all of them. Anyways, they make a quick insert for a journal. So I have some that are embossed. I have some that have foiling. And then I have like just this printable here. So now one thing that we didn't talk about in the lives, because I just did it after the fact, was I went back and I have some pages that are like planner pages, but I didn't go crazy. I just added enough for 12 weeks worth of these little spreads where it wouldn't be like you have to plan a whole lot. They could just be for weeks when you do have things going on, or maybe it's a habit that somebody wants to track, something like that. So I did add in just, I think, 3 of the journals, 12 weeks worth of planner pages. Okay, so let's flip through here. I did them in different color, I had them printed on different colored pages. I did put in a few tuck spots. Again, this is just a card front that helps make filling the pages go quicker. This is like brain dumps and meals to make, again, with a planner, and you can tell like all 3 weeks so far are completely different. And if somebody didn't want, if they're not a planner, like I don't really use a planner myself, you could cover over that with pictures and other papers and things like that. So this is kind of the boho ladies one. I did still keep it pretty simple. I just wanted it to be in the vein of a junk journal, but it's still pretty plain. Normally I would have not left any pages like this. I would go back with stencils and stencil over them, add ribbon. I did add ribbon to a couple of them. I'll show y'all in a minute. I'm gonna flip through these kind of quickly. We have 10. I completed all 10, and then I got them done. So I worked Sunday from before sun up to way after sundown, and I got all these completed. Since I had to go back to work yesterday. Okay, so you get the gist. That's how this one looks. And then they've got the pockets in the back. Okay, I really like how these turned out. I ended up putting a charm on all of them. I put ribbon over the ruffles before I put the picture on. And I really like the feel of these a lot. This one's fun. This one is this one's geared towards like recipes and like food, maybe family gatherings, something like that. I think that's this one. Oh no, that's not this one. Sorry. This one is a dragonfly themed, which I love dragonflies. So that's, but it does have some recipe pages in it. But it's another planner one. So I did try to do a couple of different themes for the planner ones, but still I just have like 3 of them in here. On this one, on the plain pages, I did put down some ribbon on one side of the plain pages. So this is kind of what this one's looking like. This is the center page. I really like that page. So dragonflies, planner, food, a few of my favorite things, I guess. And that's what this one looks like. Let's see, I think this one has the pocket, yep, up the front. So there is that one. So yeah, after I completed those on Sunday, I was like, you know, I guess it was about 6 o'clock. I was like, let me grab just 10 little golden books and prep those. So I like to make golden book journals that I call mommy and me journals when I market them, because I keep all the story in there so that if it is a mother purchasing them with small children, she could still read the whole story to the kids if she wanted, but it's very much a journal in between. So I cut and prepped 10 of those. So the binding for those will be like a ring. They'll be ring bound, which goes pretty quickly. I really like this one and how it feels. A little bit of the doily still peeking out that I put on the cover. I like the journey pen there. And then again, it's just got random things tucked inside. I had some fun embellishments to add. This again is one of the planner ones. I'm not going to go through all the pages, but you get the feel. She's so pretty. So, covered up the metal thing on the back. Pockets covered. Let's see. Oh, since we were talking about the food one already, let me get it out. Here's the food one. And I put like a charm with a little ear of corn and a leaf on it. Move this ribbon down a little bit. There we go. All right. So it's a lot of like food and flowers. It has, this is like a writing journal, back to the kind of writing journal style where it's not really fully like a junk journal. It's mainly a place where someone could write a lot. So they could write recipes in here is what I was thinking, or just anything they want. So this is the recipe one. Pretty basic again, so I want to make sure I kind of have a mixture on my table for depending on what people like. So that's the only one that I made like that. Now, one thing we didn't make here on my channel are, I made 2 fabric covered ones. So I'll show you those. This one's sweet with a mother and child. I put a little heart charm up there. Hey, Helen, good morning. I'm showing the things that we've been making here live. Getting ready for that craft fair. I put this really cool love charm on the ribbon, on the sari silk, and I like that. So I tea dye these paper CD covers when I do my tea dyeing. So I turned that into a pocket and just kind of stuffed some things in here for like journaling cards they can write on. Since I had a mother and child on the front, I thought I would kind of continue that theme to the front page. This was a front page that I loved so much. I had a girl on there that I really liked, but I wanted some continuity So this is how this one came together. It looks like this one's a planner as well. Yep. So maybe I made 4 planners. I don't know. You get to going, or I get to going, and who knows what I'll come up with. I'll lose count. Just throwing those pages in there. I like this folk art feels so much. And for those of you that are wondering, I pamphlet stitched all of my journals together. To me, that is just the fastest way to go. And this one, I put the charm and the bead on the inside, and it just dangles just below the paper's edge. So that's where that one is, instead of it being on the outside. My craft fair is on Saturday the 4th, so this weekend. So it's like fast and furious crafting to get ready. But I feel good having this much done. I already had a couple of boxes of craft fair things. But, you know, they were from before COVID, and I don't know, I've come a long way since then, or, you know, I had actually dug into those boxes because I had a bunch of journals in those boxes, and I sold them on my Etsy page because I just didn't know when I'd get to go to another craft fair. So when I went to prepare for this one, I went to the boxes and I'm like, oh, I have cleaned myself out of journals. Okay. Journal making I must do. So this one is the Winter Woodland, and this is going to be marketed as a writing journal, not a junk journal, but a writing journal, because it doesn't have like random pages in it necessarily. It has like the artsy kind of pages, but they're in between a lot of writing pages. I love doing craft fairs. I really do. Because you get to interact with people, you get to see how they respond firsthand to your work. It's very informative. It's a great way to kind of tailor what you're making more based on your general response. So if you have 15 people that respond to your work a certain way, it might help tailor your direction. So this one, at least that's how I feel. And then I just love meeting people, and I love fairs and festivals and all that kind of fun stuff. This one still needs the buttons added, so I'll have to do that. I'll either have to do it or clip it. Oh, it could also use some of the inserts. I thought I had checked every one of these, but I guess I missed them. So what I've got to do this week in my free time, which is a joke, I need to go through, so I'm going to write on the computer. Oh, thanks, Helen. I'm going to like sit down, and on the computer, I'm going to write up a little snippet for my writing journals, a little snippet for my junk journals and my planners, and put that on the price tag and attach it somehow. I might clip it with a safety pin on the ribbon of each one of them. But that way the people know if someone's buying it as a gift, and so the person using it isn't someone who met me at my booth, then they'll know. It'll give them ideas of how to use these and what they're made for. So this again is a Winter Woodland writing journal. So I'll just give them ideas. Of course they can put pictures in it, but it's mainly for journaling. Diary style is what these were created for. So that's what that one looks like. I just covered that. Got the map back there. That's that one. I really, really like this one. I think it's one of my favorites. I wasn't too happy with my artist sketchbooks, so I kind of scrapped them for this craft fair. I think yesterday I was kind of daydreaming, and I daydream at my desk, and I have a journal at my desk. I actually have a junk journal that I keep at my desk for my daydreaming of ideas. And I think I came up with one that I like for my sketchbooks, so I'm going to try it, I guess, in a week or two when I have time again. And I'm going to see if I can come up with a unique and fun sketchbook that I can make. So this girl is got one of those flowers and a tree, lots of buttons. This was a leftover piece of Franken paper. You guys, we had made bookmarks with it and I had it left over, so I just made it into a pocket. Let's see if this is a planner too. The other thing I have to do is sit down with these books and kind of organize them so that all my planners are next to each other, all my writing journals, junk journals are all. This one's a little more junk journal-y because I added pages like this into it. So it's got more of a junk journal feel to it than the writing journals. So that's probably how I would market this one. It's even got like an upside down page, which some of them did. I accidentally printed them incorrectly, and so some of them did have an upside down page, but I'm not sweating it because I think it's pretty like this. And it kind of reminds me of drying flowers, like flowers that are being dried. And I know that these are flying off the page, but it just really doesn't bother me that much. And if it bothers them, they can cover it with something. I kind of just go gauged on how I feel about it. So I clipped in, one of the things I like to do is just use these paper clips and clip things onto the pages so that they're not permanent and people can come in and remove it if they want to. They can move it to a different section. They can take this off. This is a watercolor sheet of paper that I did ink smushing on. It was in my stack and I just decided to add it in here. But they can come on and journal on it. They could put a picture here, journal on the back, do whatever they want and add it back into their journal. So that's one thing I do. I do a lot of clipping for pieces. This was fun. This is, I was testing a long time ago, a couple of years ago, alcohol inks on photo paper. And so that's what that was, as a test back there. And then I just added that pretty lady on there. I love this page. So cool. I did add a little tuck spot here and there. So that's how that one came together. Pockets in the back, which is, it's, the Franken paper had like these two last pieces to it. So they became my pockets. All right, just one more. And this one, I have not completed the cover. So I want to complete the cover on this one. I was going to leave it plain. That was why it's not completed. I love these 3 buttons together. Well, really these 4 buttons together. It's like a fabric one, this cool brown one with a design. This one has like a gem in it. Well, it's not a real gemstone, a rhinestone in it. And then this metal. I just think those 4 are really fabulous buttons. So yeah, I have an extra ruffle. I'm just going to put it on the front. Turn this around a little bit. Helen, have you made any more junk journals or journals? I didn't. I ran out of time, but at least I have the ideas and I can prepare better for the next time I get to do a craft fair. But I want to make some journal like mini albums for scrapbooking in the next one. Not in a typical mini album style, but more in a hand-sewn journal style. But I'm going to have to save that one for next time. So this one's a writing journal. and it's nature based. So it's just got a lot of flowers, some butterflies, a dragonfly, but it's really just kind of nature. Sneeze. Whew. Okay. And that, my friends, we have worked on those a lot in my lives around Thanksgiving. So I really felt like you might enjoy seeing how they all came together. So through this one, I'm just going to add this ruffle on, and then I'll add a picture of a tree or something, or flowers on this one, since that's what this one's geared towards. And then those will be ready. And I'll probably, I won't do these on camera, but I'm going to use my cinch. Hey, Susie. Welcome. So Helen, I know you just got a cinch. So I'm going to use my cinch, and I'm going to spiral bound all of these little golden books. I have a note to myself that I need to make pockets for them. I need to add a few more pages. So I'll just kind of take one apart here and we can flip through it. I have them trimmed. It's so quick to trim them. I really want to come up with a new little golden book style for myself. But this is not the time to do that. This is the time to do what you know and get it done. Oh, it's so fun, Helen, once you start cinching. Oh my goodness. It's so much fun. Let me look, see if I have, looking. I think I showed y'all this one. Yeah, we went through that one. Okay. Oh, right here. So Helen, so many journals. Okay. I use my scraps, and then I just took the cinch. So cinching, Susie, is just, well, the cinch is really just a tool that's made by We Are Memory Keepers, and it's a way to spiral bound your books. So that's what I'm going to do with these little golden books, is that they will all be spiral bound. But they're fun because you can make like little notebooks. So this is a little notebook that I have a few of these I'll be selling. I'll show y'all another time, another video, all the little things I sell at my booth. So these, the bigger journals are kind of my bigger ticket items. So this is 4, I think by 6. Yeah, by 6. So to make these little 4 by 6 notebooks, you can get, let's see, you can get 6 panels from every 12 by 12 sheet. So you can get 6 pages for these notebooks from every 12 by 12 sheet of paper you have, which is cool because you can make quite a few. And what I did is I took a piece and I glued it to chipboard, and I didn't even bother with the inside. It's fine that it's like this for me because I'm not going to sell these for much. And what I did is I cut a whole bunch of cardstock, trying to think of the word, scrapbook paper. And so I'd put a patterned scrapbook paper, 2 sheets of white, and then another pattern. That one only put 1 sheet of white. Sometimes I just alternated it. And I kept this sheet a little shorter so that you could see the next pattern kind of peeking through. I like that. It gives it a little bit of detail. But these are just little notebooks that I'll have for sale at my desk or at my table. These are sitting at my desk right now because I need to decorate the fronts. I have that silk on them, but I always add like a big tassel or charm too. I basically try to add some sort of decoration at least to these two centerpieces and make the fronts cute. So that's another thing you can do with your cinch. And especially my craft fair is on December 4th, Susie, so it's coming right up. But this is a great way to bust your stash. So if you have a ton, okay, for example, you guys, I'm constantly on like a squirrel, rabbit trail. Okay, right now, sitting to the side of my desk, I all of a sudden have all of these scraps, which is just like hundreds, because I cut out all of this scrapbook paper for my little golden book journals, but obviously this is a big chunk. And these are what started this, right? So from every one of these sheets, which this is essentially, and who says they have to be a 4x6? Nobody, not me. They could be any size of your scraps, but this just so happens to be 4 inches. So basically from every one of my pieces of legitimate scrap paper, I can cut these in half, which I have Aretha to help me with that. She can chomp this whole stack in one go, which will be fabulous. And then all I have to do is just line it up and cinch it, and I'll have a whole bunch of little notebooks. That would be one thing I could do with these scraps. I could do a lot of things with these scraps, but that's just one thing. See, so these are what the pages look like inside these little golden books. So basically from my scraps, this idea was born. All right. So at my next craft fair, I'll have a whole bunch of those. All right, so this is the beginning of these. Basically all I've done is deconstructed them and taken the spine off. And to do that, I use just a box knife. So I've cut that off. I have then cut all my scrapbook paper. So right now I just went through and put colors together that I thought, you know, patterns. So they have it this inside space where they could easily journal. On these pages they could add pictures, but this is kind of a really quick unfinished. I just use like copy weight paper. On these, let me feel it. I say that, but let me feel and see what I did in here. Actually, this is my Spring Hill digital index paper, which I get for like $6 a ream at Kinko's, but it's really expensive on Amazon. I was just looking the other day because Kinko's is a little ways away and I have to go on a toll road, and I was like, maybe I can just get it off Amazon. Oh, nay, that was $18 a ream. So, you know, if you're going to get your Spring Hill digital index, which is my favorite cardstock, don't pay $18. You know, it's probably gone up. I haven't bought it in a while from Kinko's, but I doubt it's gone from 6 to 18. So yeah, here's what these are going to look like. I'm going to add pockets, and to add my pockets, I use 12 by 12 paper because this is 6 inches wide. I don't even cut it. I'll just show y'all because I need to make some. You see what I do? I'm like, hey, I'm just going to show y'all real quick a flip through of my journals, and then I'm like, let me show you how I make some pockets. Okay, this one is not like the others. I only made one journal for this craft fair that is a hardcover book. So we'll just flip through this one really quick. This one is a junk journal. And I use scraps, old book pages. This was like a greeting card that I had, and I just think this image is really precious. It's totally a junk journal, is what this one is. It's 2 signatures. I love this journal. If this one doesn't sell, this might be my next junk journal. I like it that much. So we'll see. But it might sell, and I might have to just make myself a different next junk journal because I need a next one soon. I'm about to use up all the pages. And 2, I have different ones for different things. So I have like a junk journal for ideas. I have a junk journal for our family. That one, I've got plenty of space in that one. And then I have another one for like poetry, ideas, things that aren't craft related. So I kind of have 3 going at a time. I just really like this one. I can write down like my favorite scriptures, things like that. So that's what this one looks like. It's got like my favorite Maggie Holmes paper in it. Sticking random card fronts in the pockets. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. Okay, so to make a pocket, and then I promise I'll let y'all go. Let me grab a piece of cardstock. So, my favorite is DCWV, kind of, for these. Although I really like a double-sided, but I just like the thickness. They have really thick paper, but this one is single-sided, so let me grab double-sided. I'm just kind of grabbing the first thing off my shelf, and Lawn Fawn came off. And I know this is for sure double-sided. This is the Fall Fling from 2019. I think it's time to use it. 2 falls later. Well, in fairness, I think I bought 2 of these. Okay. So normally, if there's not a branding strip, you don't have to trim these down. But because there's a branding strip, we're going to trim it. Okay, here's the brilliance about these little pockets for the little golden books. First of all, the pages are 6 inches wide. So I just need to score this at 6. Okay, then you just fold, and this is why I like to use a double-sided paper. So then I just kind of randomly folded this up, but it looks like I'm going to have about a 4-inch pocket here. Okay, and I could have scored that at 4. Let me do that, because it looks like this bottom's going to go a little wonky on me if I don't. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 4. There we go. Okay, then I'll fold it like this. I'm going to turn it in the journal so that this outer edge here that's not tacked down, I mean, I'm going to tack it down, but this outer edge is going to be the one that goes into this book. And you definitely need it to fit in the book height-wise, right? But I know that this book is it's just shy of being 8. So if I need to trim a little off the top, I can. But see how that just fits perfectly in there? And we didn't have to cut it at all. This is one of the brilliant things that I love about these little journals. So I can easily make a bunch of these pockets to put in, which are super fun. And then I know the size of these because I have made so many of them, but they're basically 7 7/8. So this is the only trimming that I do so there's not scraps. And we have a fun double-sided pocket. I usually put one of these at the very front of the book. So I'll put it even before the first Pocahontas page, like that. Hey Sherry, welcome. Aw, thanks. Oh, you're in Australia. Oh, welcome. So now I have a pocket to go in the front. Another fun pocket. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. I'm sorry. Another fun pocket you can do, and then I promise I'll let you go. But these are just so easy, and maybe you have little golden books or something like them that you're willing to deconstruct. Because like I said before, I don't take any of the pages out. So that Pocahontas book has all the original pages in storybook order so that the book can still be read. And I think that's really fun. Okay. So this is my second pocket that I'll put in every book. So I'll actually put at least two, and there are two different styles in every book. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to cut this down. This is really non-directional paper. So I'm going to cut this down to 7 7/8. Now I have one of these magical strips for my notebooks later. Okay, so I'll just put that aside with the other 300 or so that I have stacked up over there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my paper on the 12-inch side. I'm going to score it 6. Yes, I'm going to fold this in half. And then you just have to decide which one you want to be your inside. I'm going to pick this because this is beautiful. I mean, the acorns are cute and all, but there's acorns right there. All right, now, one thing I do, this didn't line up too well, but I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to trim it. Okay, so then what I would do is I add tape or glue here. We'll go with glue this morning. Okay. And you can glue all the way up. So I'm going to show you two variations of this all at once. You can glue, of course you want to glue across the bottom. Okay, and then you can glue all the way up this edge and put a thumb hole up here and have a whole pocket that's the full page. Or, this is fun after I've put my glue on. Okay, or you can do this variation where I'm going to trim just to the score line. Don't go past the score line. Okay, just keep edging. Okay, I'm going to trim there. And I'm going to trim right here. Okay, and so I'm just cutting off this little piece. I'm going to fold this piece over. And even before you glue that down, you could add a thumb hole here as well. So it still makes it easier for them to get things out. All right, so this is totally another pocket idea that can go in our book. It'll be cinched on this side, and on this side you could add like a belly band. So we'll just do that. Which way do we want it to go? I kind of want it to go this way. So let's add a belly band right there. You don't have to use wet glue on these parts. You could totally use tape. Okay, so we'll put a belly band right there. And then on the belly band, I'll usually put a card. So I'll make a really quick card that's just like, well, here. Oh my gosh. I'm unstoppable. Even for myself. Okay. I'll pick one of these card fronts that's already just, here, we'll use arrows. This is a Pocahontas. So use those arrows. And so that the card part on here that I'll put on here is like super fast and simple because it's really kind of like a journaling spot too. I don't expect them to pull out this card and send it to anybody, although they can do whatever they want. I'm really just creating a journal spot, and I like doing it with a card because then it can hook over this belly band here, depending on my gluing situation. It looks like this one's not going to go because it's not quite wide enough, which is all right. I'll edit my card down a little bit on each side, just a little bit, and I think it'll fit in there fine. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is just a fun way to add like a journaling spot on the back of that piece. Then it has a pocket on this side. And that will go on our Pocahontas book as well, somewhere. Anywhere we want, not with the screaming guy. Let's see. I guess we can put it here. Don't think it matters at the moment. Just making sure I kind of have it where I want it. I'll go between those two pages. That way they'll have a little something in the middle, roughly. So this is coming together. I'll probably add a few more just little surprises throughout the journal. I might do a little stenciling in each one, and then I'll cinch them together, and that will be pretty much it. All right, guys. Well, we did some crafting. I am at my craft desk after all. We did a whole bunch of journal flip throughs. This girl's gotta go to work. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you're feeling inspired. I mean, I know we don't all do craft fairs. We wouldn't even want to, but if the holidays are coming, this is a great gift to make for others. I promise you're going to surprise them. They're easier than you think, and they're a whole lot of fun. Also, please, I'm going to go and find it and link it below for you guys, but it's on my last live video. I already put it there. My friend T over Not Afraid of Color, she made her first 2 junk journals, and they're spectacular. So go check out her beginner, her first one. She's gonna blow your mind. I knew she'd be good at it, but she blew my mind. Like, she did such an amazing, one of them lights up, you guys. I'm just gonna spoil it. On her last video that she shared, which was yesterday, it's only a few minutes. She shows you a flip through of her second journal because she's hooked like me. It has Christmas lights that light up on the front cover. It is so cool. It's a Christmas journal. So if you're liking what I'm showing you here, go check out T. I think you're gonna love what she made. I'm so proud of her. T, you're doing amazing. And I'm so glad you like it. The only thing she doesn't like is the mess, and it is a messy process, that's for sure. All right, my crafty BFF, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Sherry, and everyone else who's popped in, popped out, and who is catching this later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope y'all have a really great day, and I promise there's some card videos coming. Promise. All right, see you guys later. Bye.